Graduating students, welcome. The ceremony has begun. Please welcome Dan Selman, Vice Dean at IE School of Global and Public Affairs, for your opening address.
Okay, beautiful hat off, mask off. So it's really great to see you all here today and to get the opportunity to give you all and to those who are participating virtually a warm welcome to today's graduation. These graduation events, so I'm Dan, as many of you know from having me in class. I'm an educator, I'm an academic, and for an educator and an academic, these events are really meaningful and really important. And they're always meaningful and important for a couple of reasons, and they're especially meaningful and important for you all this year for a couple of reasons as well. So they're always meaningful because this is a really important moment for you all. This is the moment where you walk across this stage and formal accredited educators say you did it. You went through all the classes, you wrote all the papers, you met all the challenges. You are a college graduate. And don't let that be anticlimactic. That really is meaningful. And as an educator, again, it's really meaningful for me to see a group of students who went through the work and did it and developed themselves intellectually, developed their skills, developed their ideas, their relationships. So it's a really exciting and important moment, and don't let it be anticlimactic. It's really great to be here and share it with you. The second reason these events are always cool is because we happen to be the IR degree. And IR students, like IR professors, tend to have a special vocation in life, I think. You all are students, most of whom came here wanting to get educated and get skills so that you can eventually leave here and get good jobs. But in general, you all are people who also want to have a positive impact, who think about social impact, who think about international impact, and to send a group of young people who have not only done the work, but who want to take that work and turn it into positive change, that is also really, really meaningful for an academic and an activist, et cetera. So that's the second reason that it's always wonderful to participate. Now, for this particular group especially, you all, as third and fourth year students, met one of the biggest challenges we've had to meet in the modern era as students, as a society, as people, as laborers, et cetera. You all spent about the last year dealing with COVID. And I not only want to welcome you all here today, but I want to send a big thank you to you all. We had to suddenly adapt last March and April, and that adaptation has continued through the last 12, 15 months. And you all, by being the students you are and the people that you are, have made that possible and made it really functional. And that just makes me so excited and hopeful for what you're going to do when you leave here. So many of you are going to go on and continue to do master's degrees. Many of you will jump right into the workforce. But all of the work you've done to become college students, all of the effort you've made to go out and have that social impact, and the special contribution you've made to us as faculty and as a university by being here with us in that really challenging time, leave me super, super excited and enthusiastic and optimistic about what lies in the future for you. So on that note, I'm going to call it quits and start the ceremony. But just know that I welcome you. I welcome family and friends and students who are participating virtually. Don't let this be anticlimactic. It's not for me. I hope it's not for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan, for those words. We are now proceeding with the presentation of diplomas and awards in the Bachelor in International Relations. We will now proceed to name the graduating students and ask them to come up to the stage to receive their diplomas. Bogdan Aksenenko. Zineb Alami Hamdouni. Vicente Azambuja Duarte Santos. Elvira María Bermúdez. Julia Besa. Lucía Cabero. Luisa Daimer. María Constanza del Solar. Romain Dubois Pellerin. Andrea Marie Laure Duleux. Yasmin Akram Ftes. Federica Gallo. Stéphane-Henri Gontier. Mara Alida Graterol Fagot. Daniela Gutiérrez. Joshua Dario Hasenstav. Diego Alejandro Hauser. Adimar Hernández. Álvaro Jimeno. Sanei Sharon Kunzi. Konstantin Kostadinov. Felicia Eva Georgia Laudenberger. Sofía Macarem Ortega. Saad Maliki. Marta Martín. Sarah Brianne McFadden. Ariana Meoni. Mina Milovic. Carolina Amir Nessim. Augusto Indalecio Fluca. Emilia Rincón Cortés. David Paul Nestor Salinger. Camila María Salume. María Sánchez. Sasha Schneider. Pratam Samir Shah. Lucía Torrecillas. Valentina Vittoria Traversone. Álvaro Vázquez. Fredrik Andreas Wolf. This next section of the ceremony is dedicated to rewarding extraordinary effort and outstanding results for the final projects. We will now proceed to name the recipients of the final projects awards. When you hear your name, please come up to the stage to receive your award. The award for Best Thesis goes to David Salinger. The awards for Best Capstone go to Ariana Meoni and Marie-Inés Sarrado Helvig. I would now like to invite Sarah Brianne McFadden, graduate of Bachelor in International Relations, to come up onto the stage to deliver an address on behalf of the students of this BIR graduating class 2021.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, depending on where you are or where you're from. To everyone, grads, professors, administrators, friends, and family watching from home, it is a pleasure to be here with you all physically and virtually tonight as we continue to celebrate surviving and graduating out of not only this last year, but the past 4 years. Before continuing, I have to note that a democratic vote is what led to me, the 100% genuine true American, in our class speaking here tonight. And as such, I promise to do my best to make graduation great again and uphold democracy everywhere. And while I would love to make up for years of listening to my classmates bash on the United States, albeit mostly with valid arguments, we quite frankly don't have the time for that. Sorry, Dario and Alimar, you can meet me afterwards for a drink. When I first saw the announcement that I would be giving the speech to our class, I thought, what advice or words of wisdom could I possibly provide? Being perfectly candid, my first thoughts weren't super insightful. For example, eat more tacos, history matters, use your turn signals, please, always eat breakfast, and even if that means breakfast is at 2 p.m. As you can see, these ideas weren't that insightful, and you're probably going to be given loads of advice and tips today, so I might as well go a bit further and try to challenge y'all. So I thought back to the last speech I'd heard. At my sister's high school graduation this past May, one of the valedictorians used the following quote from the German intellectual Franz Kafka. "You are free, and that is why you are lost." To be completely honest with you, I had two immediately selfish thoughts when I first heard that quote. First, I'll definitely use it in a speech one day because, as most of you know, I have a soft spot for German intellectuals. And second, these high school graduates don't have a clue what being lost really feels like. Roughly 90% of them had plans to attend college in the US, while the rest had plans to stay home for a year, take online classes, or join a family business. In other words, the next year to 4 years of their lives was planned and decided. And our brave graduating class, on the other hand, is free indeed, probably more free than they are since you can't drink till you're 21 in the States, but we're also feeling quite lost. We're free from going straight back into university in the fall. Of course, besides those who were either clever or lazy, you decide, who will be attending masters in September. Good luck to you. I don't know how you're going to write another thesis. For the most part, though, we are free to do whatever we please now that we are college graduates, and that results in a feeling of lostness. Not to mention, we are graduating in an ongoing pandemic. That also means the loss of exchanges, internships abroad, visiting family and friends, or even coming back to IE until now. It's safe to say that in one way or another, we are all feeling the tension that Franz noted of being free and yet lost. So while I would like to stand up here and congratulate all of you and reflect on the great things that we've done and how far we've come together these last 4 years, I also want to acknowledge the elephant in the room that we don't know exactly what we're doing yet. And that's okay, so please, parents and professors, stop asking us for just this week. Some of us see graduation as an end, while others see it as a beginning. To our class, it may just feel surreal to be sitting here in person, receiving our diplomas after over a year and a half of online classes. Regardless, brave grads like ourselves are expected to think big life goals and have a personal career strategy on how to achieve them. But I'm here to tell you that it's okay if your goal right now is not to fall off the stage, or to sit in the sun more, to stress a bit less, or simply to focus on yourself. If I've learned anything this past year, it's that life does not go the way you want or expect it to, no matter how hard you try to make that happen, and trust me, I've tried. You can ask International Mobility. It does, however, change according to how you react, according to how you change and how you grow with the seasons. And as such, I want the focus point of my speech to be this, so if you're falling asleep already, pay attention. And all of you're doing in the last 4 years, or in the next 4 days or months, or the next 10 years until we meet again, who are you really becoming? As we sit in this tension of being lost and free, we're likely going to try to do lots of different things. You might try real estate, a master's degree, a professional wrestling career, professional DJing career, a vegan diet, building a startup, or maybe even a sustainable fashion brand, which are all great things. But few of them will be permanent or satisfying or successful right away. Whatever it is that you're doing or you end up doing, it will never matter, as much as who you are and who you are becoming. After all, we are human beings and not human doings. So it is in that spirit that I'd like to reflect a bit on who I've gotten to know the last 4 years, rather than exactly what they've done. For example, in 10 years' time, I probably won't remember that random Colombian girl who made me knock on every single door in residence that first year trying to make friends. But I will remember how kind Emmy was that first night to invite me for dinner when she had no idea who I was or where dinner would even be. I won't remember the countless times Clemente and Dario spoke up in class, trying to get participation points or break the silence. But I will remember how their intelligence, or at times ignorance, challenged me to grow personally and professionally. I won't remember how much it snowed or how little we could do in the first year in Segovia or this past January in Madrid, but I will forever remember the joyful faces of many Latin Americans in our class seeing heavy snowfall for the first time. I won't remember exactly how many kilometers Vito and Stefan and the Lucias and Borja and Alvaro and I walked in Nepal, or the streets that Vicente and Lu and Valentina and countless others and myself walked in Madrid to go to bars and clubs. I apologize, Mom and Dad, that was never on a school night. Don't worry. But I will remember the happiness and the generosity and the fun of my classmates who have truly made these years some of the best adventures yet. And yes, many of these memories include actions or things that we did, but it's the feelings and the characters of the people we experience these memories with that will stay with us forever. So again, whether in 10 years we are driving innovation as the head of a country or company, volunteering around the world, or doing absolutely nothing related to IR, know that it is okay to feel lost in what you are doing, but know that you can feel free and known as who you are and who you are becoming. Because right now you are smart and diverse and kind and funny and unique and worthy and brave, and now finally, graduates. So to end, I would obviously like to thank God, my parents, my sisters, my friends and professors who have all helped me not to do things like this speech or to do well in class, but to lead me to who I am today. And of course, I have to thank the great American intellectual, Post Malone, for providing the greatest, albeit edited, quote to end a grad speech. Congratulations, you worked so hard, it's time to vacation. Look, we made it. Hell yeah, we made it. Thank you and congrats.
Thank you, Sarah, for those wonderful words and quotes. We are now proceeding with the closing remarks from Executive Director of Undergraduate Programs at the IE School of Global and Public Affairs. You all know him, Borja Santos Porras.
Dear students, those today in the campus and those connected virtually, I would like to ask you if we can give an applause for your classmates that unfortunately cannot be here for different reasons, but we are missing them and we felt them as well here. So please, let's give them a big applause. And also, dear parents, friends, supporters, partners, those ones who have been always behind you where you had an issue with a course, with a group assignment, finding a flat, having difficulties to find an internship, struggling with mental issues when you were studying. Those ones as well that have entrusted us your education, and we are really proud and thankful for them, especially for your parents, that have been confident to trust us your journey. Let's give them a big applause that they are also seeing us online. So I'm honored to be here speaking at your graduation, representing your faculty, the program team of BIR, and any of the staff of University that has been part of your student journey. And I'm talking not only about the academic staff, but also about people from the clinic where you have been tested, people from the security that open the doors every day. They were actually today much more excited than anyone else. They were jumping seeing you graduating. People from the cafeteria. I know all of them, and I can speak on behalf of all of them. We are very proud of you. So today, you know that you find yourself at the end of a road and facing the beginning of a new one, a milestone which marks your lives. And this is the fruit of your hard work and effort in a very challenging environment. So you have achieved 240 credits in order to graduate. That means that you might have probably passed more than 70 exams. You have attended around 1,200 sessions, maybe with the 30%, some of you 900, yeah, right? Or you have developed more than 100 group assignments. Constantine, more than 100 group assignments. Congratulations, great job. So this is also time to take stock of the many moments you have gone through, those few that stand out for their impact and uniqueness. So let's think about them and remember. Which one was your first lecture at University? Who was the first people you met in your class? Can you try to look at them? Where were your first party with your classmates? Probably you don't remember much about this question, all right? What about your first crush in the campus? Who was that boy or girl? How was the first day of your first internship? Or how did you feel when you finished the presentation of your final project and you finally closed the laptop? So those are many little moments that made your daily lives worth living. But let's also face it, you have also struggled a unique time in humanity. During the last year and a half, you have experienced face-to-face, online, and hybrid classes during a global confinement. Just not to mention surviving to Adobe Connect. You have experienced the difficulties for international mobility, and some of you the struggles to develop your expected international exchanges. Or you have also experienced harsh moments to find internships in these tough moments. So I want you to remember all these moments as leisure learned that have also strengthened your education and your resilience. You have overcome all these imposed limitations by pushing the boundaries of your own strength. You have tested yourself and have proven to be ready for the many challenges that lie ahead in this fast-changing world. And I know IE has had some limitations and challenges in our delivery. Actually, Dario has reminded us regularly this year, right? But I believe that you students, and together with our university, we have been recognized as a global example of how an academic institution has been adapted to the current situation. So you have been part of that learning. And then after IE, what will happen? So if I have to define a student of the Bachelor in International Relations, I would say it's someone dynamic and globally focused, determined to solve global complex problems by understanding the different economic challenges, political issues, and cultures. So when I think about this definition, this reminded me the historic words of the American president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, when he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." Challenging how every one of us can contribute in some way to the public good. So in Spain, during the last week, there was a new survey done to executive staff to most of the private, most important companies here in Spain. And they asked them how important was for them a positive purpose in their companies, and if they would be able to sacrifice part of the salary or changing the work just for that positive purpose. 80% of the executive staff declare that yes, they would even make sacrifices just to have a company or to work in a company with a positive purpose. And this need of a purpose has a historic growth after COVID and after all the climate crisis that we are all suffering. And I know you are also in that group of people that believe in a positive purpose. And I've seen some of your best theses and capstones. For instance, David Salinger, who has been awarded with the best thesis, wrote about how GAN 3D printing and the threat of this GAN 3D printing, what is the threat that is posed in Europe? Sara González did an environmental evaluation of the plan for Madrid Central that most of you have experienced somehow living here. Or Ariana Meoni and Maria Inés Serrado, who won the best capstone, studied for Oxfam how is the role of the Spanish private sector on the Amazonia. Let me stop here, but I could continue seeing how you put a lot of effort on researching things that can change and improve our society. But purpose, that is a word that probably you have heard a lot from faculty and from us during this graduation, is not only doing something positive or asking yourself why you are doing things. A sense of purpose is also the feeling that you are part of something bigger than yourself, that you are needed, or that you have something better ahead to work for. So I hope you found sense of purpose here at IE, under the values where the university has been built. Here we believe in openness, diversity, or entrepreneurship, because we believe the best minds and the most fulfilled individuals are built in free and open societies. So that's why all must care for the collective improvement, and I highly encourage you that when you go out, join other communities that have similar principles and that are aligned with similar positive purpose. So you also join other communities that are bigger than yourself, and I assure you that you will be fulfilled and you will find your true happiness. So to finalize, I know you have all made lifelong friendships. I could feel the vibe during the lunch, during the day at IE. So now it's time to join them in a big shout to celebrate that you are graduated. Class of 2021, congratulations.
Thank you, Borja, for those words. Congratulations to all the new graduates of the class of 2021. The ceremony is now closed.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day